So people confuse volume with quality. Like, you know, I remember one dude was telling me like, yeah, I got like 100 songs I'm sitting on. And I just told him, I said, well, the thing is, how many of those
are gonna really be the songs?
Yeah, it's like you might have 100, but if it's only 7 of them that are good, like the other 93
don't even, they're all like, exactly. Can those, you got 10 songs that you push that'll be like.
Right. So for you, what have you found is your, like kind of your vetting process, or how you decide whether it's lyrically or with the beats or with the concept? You know, how do you kind of rein yourself or police yourself to make sure like, oh, I'm not doing the right,
not doing too much. My process is, I like to record not a lot of people, you know, it'd be like, if it is like that, I want it to be everybody's attentive and really working on it. My limitations, my little police standards I'll set for myself is, I want to make sure I'm fitting the maximum amount of words, and I literally, like every project I make, I crave making like the perfect 16 to where from the moment it starts, then every single word is not being wasted. And I noticed that I would be like something to something and then punch. And I'm like, damn, I wasted 4 or 5 words that really could have been the ultimate difference.
Right.
And so I think for me, like when I write, I'll try to write the whole rap and I would try to finish it on the spot. I didn't take enough time to say, no, let me live with the beat. Let me literally just, no, this line isn't good enough. Go back and not just throw it in there because I like it. Let me scratch it out, replace it with something that makes it 10 times better. I gotta be like on myself like that just so I could get the product that I'm trying to chase. Like the stuff in my head that I'm trying to lay out in front of me. It's like I could just be tired one night and be like, man, I'm so tired. I just want to lace this and play it as a rough and just live with it. But sometimes I gotta be like, nah, let me not do this. And you know, I gotta really like make that effort to do that.
Okay. And then musically, what do you find yourself looking for on a sonic level that is new?
That's like the hardest thing, because being around WondaGurl is like being on a fly on a wall. Like starting with her, my ear for beats was very like one dimension. Like I only focused on certain things. So being with her and just hearing stuff she plays, hearing beats she's throwing for placements, it like opened my ear to what I feel like I should be rapping on. So sonically, I'm really looking for the left field stuff that you wouldn't expect myself to rap on.
Right.
And also pushing it forward to saying, I didn't know you could rap on something like this. Like that's why I feel like Black Milk and WondaGurl are like my favorites as far as like diversity, because you can listen to a Tronic album and you can hear Black Milk straight up. Like how are his drums so you know hitting like that?
So crisp too.
Right, they're so crisp. But then you think, you know, Ebony, she's only working on FL. You know, she'll do instruments and stuff, but she's on FL Studio and it's banging like crazy. So I try to find the middle ground. I feel like of making like themed music. You know, I think like whatever project I work on, I want it to be the sonics to literally match the description of what it sounds like. So I Can't Die Yet, I had this whole theme of, okay, I'm doing no features on here, so that means every song has to kind of be a different world almost. Like it's just me on these songs, so I can't just do the same thing. I can't be like repeating it. And then for my new project, like the project I'm working on now, I'm working on a project called Stars Do Fall. And I wanted literally every record to sound like, not stars, like, but that theme of saying these songs are so euphoric and they're so feel good. So you really had to dumpster dive to find the gems and organize them and have them all really cater to that project.
And that also I think is intriguing, given that, you know, coming from Los Angeles, that it's obviously so synonymous with gangster rap, and there's still a lot of people making gangster rap now, and that's not what you do. And obviously there's a long tradition from the Tone Locs and Young MCs and Far Sides and Jurassic 5s, etc., Dilated Peoples. So many artists throughout the years have done it, but then for you, kind of being of the new generation of artists that are not gangster rappers, how have you found you've maybe had to maneuver or
create a lane? I think, you know, like how you said it best, like, man, LA is so confined to this tradition, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that's ultimately what pushes us forward, and we wouldn't be able to have new generation artists without the, you know, the stone to reflect on and be like, this is what we need. I think for me, like, I always wanted to be different. I never wanted to be, I wanted my music to come out and be completely different and separate from anything you've heard. Regardless, first LA music off top, but then secondary just being hip hop in general.
Right.
So even though I'm doing that slowly and progressively, I want to set an example for other talented artists that are coming out from our city that we don't really know about. There's they're everywhere, not just LA, but all across the country. And I felt like for me, I'm like being dialed in with the youth, but having OGs listen to me. I can't waste my opportunity on just saying something, making a banger, just making a song to get the look for the song. Right. I feel like there's not a lot of young artists who will respect that. They'll abandon they're old. We don't care about them, and that's the wrong way to go about it.
Absolutely.
And I think me being able to navigate, not a lot of LA artists, man, get to, not even, a solo artist, like not even being in a group. It's hard to kind of be solo and captivate people's attention and really maintain it and take it further and not be on some gang, music or be straight up like, money, bitches, like all of that. Like there has to be something really different. And I think, I always say this repetitively, but I think working with WondaGurl is like, you have the ability to make music that can go mainstream, but what are you gonna say with it?
Right.
And I feel like there's a lot of artists who work with her, but they never really get messages off. They're just making heaviness.
Right.
So I'm like, if I captivate a message and also give people the experience to know me, that is gonna be whatever happens or comes out of this is just ultimately gonna be new. Mm-hmm. Like Corrupt is one of my favorite rappers, so sometimes I'll really try to embody that. Like Kendrick, Corrupt, they spit so crazy, but imagine if you did that on a level that was like, people will really give you that ear just because they're like, oh, he's working with this person, or he's got this person on this project, I gotta listen. And then if you hit him with the, he's got a whole, 9 miles with it, I think that's like where we're gonna take it. It could go way farther.
Well, there it is, y'all. That's why Tre Capitals here on Unique Access.
Shout out Soren Baker.
Hey, man.
Unique Access.
Yeah, thank you for coming through, man.
Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.